morning. This is Connie Smith with OSU Extension in Fairfield County. County Fair is over, but you know what? We still highlight good kids doing good things every single day. Special guest, Mr. Henry Hoisington, Baltimore area. And Henry, I'm going to share something with you. You know, our radio show is retiring because Mike O'Reilly, our host, is going to retire. But we have decided what we're going to do is we're going to share some of the best of the best. And the best, one of my best of the best is going to be an interview with you in 2017, when probably you first were getting started in 4-H and you were taking MQP carcass hogs. Do you remember that a long, long time ago?
Yes, I think I do, Connie. I want to say that was my second year in 4-H.
Okay.
And did that in the junior fair office at the fair, if I remember correctly.
You are correct. So, for our listeners, we're going to be rolling out a Farm Page 2.0. It's going to be more of a podcast-based platform because we're not ready to give up our youth interviews and we're not ready to give up community interviews. So be watching for that. But more importantly, Henry, let's talk about from your second year of 4-H to now. Student at Bloom Carroll High School, I do know that much.
Yes.
Talk about what 4-H club are you in?
I'm a part of the Wild About Animals 4-H club in, like you said, the Baltimore area.
Yeah. Okay, and FFA-wise, what's your FFA? Where do you go there?
I go to Bloom Carroll High School, and I'm a part of that FFA chapter.
Yeah. Well, the last time I checked, you were a big part of the Bloom Carroll FFA chapter. Are you president?
Yes, I am, Connie.
Yeah.
President this year. Very, very excited to hold that position and just get to do everything that the chapter is working towards this year. Just kind of that lead guy.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have a great national convention?
Yes, national convention was a blast.
Yeah, it always is. It always is. Hey, Henry, let's talk about those years in 4-H. Share with our listeners some of those projects that you took in 4-H.
So my staple for 4-H has always been market hogs. All 9 years, always 1 or 2 market hogs in the barn. We've had, like you said, a couple MQP pigs in there, which, if you do not know, is a muscle quality performance hog. Mm-hmm. So those hogs are not shown at the county fair, but are instead processed early, and then their meat quality is evaluated, and you are placed based on that meat quality. In addition to all of the swine projects, I've also taken turkeys, and in the last few years, some of our Scottish Highland feeder calves as well, which has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So let's think back about those projects. Which was the hardest one?
I'd say 2 come to mind. I'm going to go first with the summer projects and learning how to interview for those summer projects. I didn't touch on those, but I did a lot of years of vet science summer projects, getting to shadow vets and learn a little bit about animal science. And so just trying to prepare yourself to regurgitate as much information as you've been soaking in all summer is definitely a daunting task for a middle school aged 4-H'er starting out like I was. Yeah. So definitely a challenge there. And then just the consistency that comes with market hogs. When you're raising high quality livestock, there are no days off. Right. And so you just have to constantly be monitoring conditions and assessing the pig and seeing if they need any extra care or attention or anything like that along the way.
Correct. Well, you know, for those who are listening, those summer projects are really a big deal. They are filling out a book, they're preparing a poster, they are a one-on-one interview. For me, I sometimes get to evaluate those, and I love those because I really get to learn more about you as a youth and all the things that you've learned from summer projects for a market project in the show ring, it's one guy's opinion on one day. All that work boils down to about 10 or 15 minutes in a show ring. And, they're just so different, but they're all still a big learning process, wouldn't you say?
I would agree with that, Connie.
Yeah. So, senior in high school, what does it feel like as you're going through high school, this is the last go-round? What are your future plans?
Future plans are relatively undecided as of right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my options open. The world is my oyster as long as I'm willing to work hard. So I'm not too terribly stressed out about it, and I still have a little bit of time to make a decision.
Absolutely.
Applying to lots of colleges, but thinking some life science route or possibly an engineering route. I like math, and I like learning about life systems, anatomy, all of those things.
Wow. Well, good for you, Henry. Good for you. So, give us a few of your highlights, albeit 4-H or FFA, because I'm really interested in both. As you know, big passion in my heart for FFA. I love 4-H too, but, that corduroy jacket, I mean, that's iconic. So give us some of those highlights. Let's start FFA first. What are some of those FFA highlights that you look back on and you think, wow, I can't believe I did that?
I'd have to our parliamentary procedure team. Freshman year, I just finished up a season of golf. Mm-hmm. And I had a little bit of time on my hands, and our school guidance counselor, who is a former ag teacher, said, "Henry, I think you'd be really good at this parliamentary procedure contest. You should do it." And I was like, what in the world is that? Mm-hmm. But they roped me into it. I did my first year very much as you'd expect a freshman to do it. A part of that contest is debating topics in a mock business interview. Mm-hmm. And every time I got up, really shaky, really nervous, out of breath, just couldn't quite formulate thoughts and get them out clearly. And then sophomore year, rolling into junior year, we won the state contest, got to go compete at the national contest at the 96th, the National FFA Convention and Expo, placed top 12 in the nation, earned a gold rating. We were the number one problem-solving / critical thinking team. And I also earned the title of accredited parliamentarian. So that was very cool, just going from no knowledge about that subject area to 3 years of consistent hard work with the 5 other people on my team and our advisors and coaches, and just having that golden run at the end at the national contest.
Yeah. And you know what? That's not just a high school accomplishment. That's something you're going to learn and use throughout your life. And I'll just share, Henry, I'm on the fair board, and we could all take a lesson from you guys. You know what I mean? Not that we don't try to do our meetings well. I'm not saying that, but at Fair Managers Convention, they're always selling parliamentary procedure books for us oldsters who are trying to do good work on the fair board. So think about how that might impact your future just with that parliamentarian accreditation. And, should you go into public service or go into giving back on a board or something like that, that's really going to be a skill that you'll have with you forever. How cool is that? Yeah.
Yes, it's very neat for sure.
Yeah. Let's talk 4-H. Do you have any great highlights of 4-H, great things that you did that maybe were a little different than what somebody else did, or just some of the things that really, pulled at a heartstring for you?
I would have to either circle back to my time as a camp counselor or my time on the junior fair board.
Okay.
It's just, you're put in a unique position with the ability to impact so many people, and you just have to be good in those situations, I guess. You have to choose to be a good person to try to uplift the people around you and recognize the value that they bring to the table, try to help them out if they need it, just be that listening ear, the person that they can have a conversation with and feel comfortable doing so. So even though we're there for the purpose of, planning a 4-H camp or running a few show committee livestock shows or learning how to put stuff into fair entry, you're also there to just develop the connections with those people around you and ultimately take away those soft skills working with them that you can then apply to your life later down the road.
Well, don't you think Junior Fair Board, just coming off Fairfield County Fair, I know you're president of Junior Fair Board.
Yes.
So that's a big undertaking for you as a group of youth to learn to work with us as adults, learn to work with the various show committees, and to kind of just work with, 1,100 entries or so in the Junior Fair program, and it all packs itself into 1 week. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It is for sure. But everyone that works with us prior to fair and the committees during the fair are all very gracious and patient and willing to work with us. And it's just a fantastic experience for all the kids involved. And we're all very appreciative of the great people that surround us and allow us to do all the things we do.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's kind of wind this down just a little bit. I want you to think about, Henry, what advice you would have for an 8-year-old thinking about joining 4-H.
I think back to when I was a 9-year-old, 3rd grade, just joining 4-H. And what I found myself doing most was looking up to some of the older members in our club and kind of wanting to model their 4-H journey of, like I said, their involvement in Junior Fair Board, their involvement in camp counseling, their involvement in just club leadership and being a voice and a nice person to all of the little kids like me who just joined the club. So I would say try to find one of those people you can kind of look up to and admire, and don't be afraid to kind of reach out and make yourself known to them, because even though they seem old and they seem kind of scary, they're not. They're good kids. They're in the 4-H community for a reason. They've been there this long. They have all these experiences that they can share, and they will help you out. So don't be afraid to make those connections with those other 4-Hers, especially the older 4-Hers, because those will prove very useful as you continue down your 4-H journey.
Perfect. Now let's talk. I know you still got a few months left as the Bloom Carroll FFA president.
Yes.
The blue jacket, just back from National Convention, that's the standard uniform. We all know that. What's it mean when you put the blue jacket on?
It is just special, especially with the scoop of National Convention. I guess coming straight off of that, seeing 70,000 Blue Jackets running around Indianapolis, Indiana, and just knowing that even though I'm only one person in that sea of Blue Jackets, we're all united by that common cause of we believe in the future of agriculture, and we are going to fight for the future of agriculture. So just having that common purpose, that common relationship to share with everyone in the jacket that you see is just something really special and really neat that you don't really find outside of that blue jacket like you do in FFA. Correct.
Yeah. That's just so true. That is just so true. And it's just so awe-inspiring to see all those blue jackets. It just, when you go there, you're just like, you can't imagine what that looks like. You can't imagine how that feels. You just can't imagine all of that. What I can tell you, my friend, is from 2017 to today, I want you to know very clearly that you have been one of my very, very favorite interviews all the time. Anytime I call you, I have this wonderful conversation with you that I'm so proud of all the things you've done. I'm so proud to call you a friend, and I'm so excited to see where the future takes you. So thank you for your time. thank you for all the things you've done. You don't get to be president of an FFA group. You don't get to be president of Junior Fair Board by not putting in the time and showing your peers that you're going to be there for them and you're going to, do your best to be a hard worker. So Henry, that says a lot, and I'm really glad I had the opportunity to interview you in those roles. But I'm even happier to know from 2017 to now, you're a pretty cool guy.
Thank you very much, Connie. That means the world. It really does.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of you, my friend. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the senior year. Enjoy the wrap up. Once Christmas break starts, you're going to get a little itchy senioritis. And, just have really good times with that, Henry. Thanks for your time this evening.
Thank you very much, Connie.
Hello, folks. I'm Fairfield County Commissioner Steve Davis, and I'm here today with Fairfield County Engineer Jeremiah Up, and we're standing where the new salt barn is under construction. I think it's missing everything but a top right now. Just over the way, there's a whole bunch of salt getting ready for winter. How you doing, Jeremiah?
I'm doing great, Commissioner. Thank you.
You're a little cold out here?
It's chilly today. December day. Yep.
This will be the shortest video on history of record. Why did we build a salt barn, and how does that help the county residents?
Well, we have a hard time storing enough salt to keep us in supply for the entire winter. It makes it harder for us to be able to get out there and serve all the areas that we need to serve. It makes it harder for us to try to support the townships with their work when we have emergencies. So we'll be able to put all the salt that we need for an entire winter in this complex right here. We'll have it on hand before the winter even starts. It'll be ready to go. That'll allow us to get out there, serve our areas a lot quicker, more efficiently, and be able to support the townships in those endeavors also.
All right, I got two more questions and we're gonna get out of here. Level 1 snow emergency, you wake up in the morning, you're thinking about heading off to work. What should a driver be thinking about if they're heading off on county roads this winter?
Level 1 emergency, a driver should be thinking about being extremely careful. Don't be in a hurry. Obviously, if we're in a level 1, there's a lot of problems on the road. We've got snow or ice or possibly even both to some degree. And the guys out there plowing snow, I mean, they're doing their job. They're working. A lot of times they're in here on overtime, times when they don't want to be. They were in here the last 2 Christmases on Christmas Day working. Think about what those guys are doing and what they're going through. Give them a little bit of room. Give them a little bit of a break. They're just trying to help everybody out.
Get out there and do it.
All right, we appreciate your support.
As always, happy to be your county commissioner.
Thanks, folks.